Welcome to Natural Powers, where we explore the natural potential of all earthlings. And I'm so excited to bring you the question today. It is, why are we made of water? And what does that mean for us? So we've all heard that our body is made mostly of water, and in my studies of metaphysics and physics and nutrition, that has become a really key point and also a revelation as far as spirituality goes and just how spirituality works. So, we're made of water, and we've all heard of the synapses firing in our brain and stuff like, maybe you've heard of your electromagnetic field, and that everything is made of energy. When you break it down to physics, just everything's made of energy, and frequency has a lot to do with how matter reacts. The coolest thing, the most interesting thing is that the only thing that science or physics really can't get a good grasp on is consciousness. It is you. It is you knowing that you're alive and how you can affect the world around you. So, let's get into the basics. Your body's made of water. We are naturally alkaline, unlike some of our omnivorous and carnivorous friends. We are alkaline just like the frugivores. So, there are some things that can interfere with our alkalinity and the powers and things we're about to talk about. Our electromagnetic field is actually generated by both our brain and our heart. However, our heart has a bigger and stronger electromagnetic field than our brain. And I believe that our soul is hosted by our heart. If you've ever heard of some of the cool stories of people having heart transplants and then having new personality habits and stuff like that, I think that has a little bit to do with it. Maybe it's like a muscle memory or something. But because this electromagnetic field is bigger and stronger, and because this is where our intuition comes from, I believe that is where our soul is hosted. And by hosted, I mean, since we're made of water, we can conduct electricity. You all know that water conducts electricity. So we're able to conduct that signal from our heart to our brain, or from our soul to our brain, or even pick up on things like our psychic skills. Like, I usually use my example. I'm claircognizant, so I pick up thoughts from other places, and they're being picked up by like that electromagnetic field, and there are some things that can interfere with you being able to receive those signals. So let's stick to the basics first. If our intuition is our soul talking to us, then your thoughts are not necessarily you. Your brain is just your thought generator. It's your tool, it's your computer, and not all the thoughts you have are you necessarily. Your intuition, that voice that you feel, those feelings that help guide you, are coming from your heart. I believe those are coming from your soul. So consciously driving yourself is really listening to your emotions and your intuition over your thoughts, because like I said, I kind of just think of your brain as your thought generator, your machine, your tool, your laptop to this conscious reality. So, this electromagnetic field is amazing, and physics has been able to measure it for some time. We can also affect each other just by being in the room with each other. And a lot of people do not know that positivity and love have a really high frequency, while negative emotions have a really low frequency. And that makes a big difference in how we interact with each other and the world around us. as a low frequency, we can spread that low frequency to others, as well as attracting things that we would not like or other low frequencies into our lives. But if we can manage to keep ourselves at a high frequency, which is not a permanent thing no matter how good you are, frequencies go up and down. The goal is to not react to the low frequencies, but just kind of observe them when they come as best as you can, and then enjoy the highs and try to keep them and learn how to get yourself up there by yourself. So here's a nice scale that kind of shows you how you can climb up and raise your vibration or raise your frequency yourself just by being mindful of your thoughts and emotions and where they're coming from. It's easy as an empath or an awakened person that you can pick things up from other people. Like I said, our heart's electromagnetic field is really big and it can affect each other. There's tools and techniques you can use to protect yourself. A lot of people like to use crystals. I know I do. I love my crystals, especially as an empath, a very strong empath. And so we can kind of guard ourselves. We're not really out to help every single person we come across. So you're gonna run into low frequency people, but instead of absorbing their frequency, they could be triggered by yours. Just by being around, you could raise people's frequency. Or like, when I say trigger, that sounds kind of bad, but if you bring up stuff with them for them that they need to work out, I mean, you could trigger this just by walking by. Just because you're an empath, you really can't feel like you have to help everybody. You really still have to get yourself in balance before you can help others. So, where in the world are we going to run into interference with this signal? As we are made of water and alkaline, not only can we be too acidic, we can also have things like cholesterols and oils, which are not natural to our system, blocking that signal. I'm sure if you're aware with some anatomy, biology, or nutrition, you know that our organs, including our brain, have a layer of fat around them which protects them, and that's necessary, but it can be made with plant fats. Cholesterols are too acidic for our digestive system, and they cause problems. Like when they're stored around your brain, that is not a water-based fat, so since it's a fat that our alkaline system can't dissolve or digest correctly, it can actually start like a copper buildup on your brain that your body's not acidic enough to get off, and that is actually the start of Alzheimer's. So you want to get as many plants or plant fats as you can, staying alkaline, and avoid as much cholesterol and oil as you can if you're trying to work with your metaphysical powers. You can also find interruption or sometimes just a break from your skills if you need it in alcohol. Something about alcohol in water completely interrupts this system. You won't pick anything up, you won't feel yourself, and also if you have a habit of or ever get like blackout drunk, you can open your body up for attachments by other entities, which can be very dangerous. But if you just need a break, a drink will give you that break. There are things you can do to help protect yourself, like gemstones. Like I said, grounding gemstones, ones that can help keep you from picking up other people's emotions. A great must-have empath stone is a black tourmaline. And something like a serpentine stone can help protect you from psychic attack. A lot of black stones are very protective, and I'm going to leave some lovely resources in the description below for you. So there'll be one about science. I know it's an older article, but if you guys can find a newer one about physics being able to measure our electromagnetic field, I would love for you to share it in the comments. I'm also going to leave a great channel, a psychologist that's been working with empaths for a long time and had some insights that I did not even know. And I'm going to leave that for you, empath, as well. And that's all. That's why we're made of water, so that we conduct electricity. And if you haven't seen my RH negative video, I found a really cool line of research to talk about. And as far as that goes, everybody has iron and copper, and everybody's capable of being psychic or using telepathic skills. And all those skills are going to get easier as the frequency of the planet raises, because it is raising right now. You can look up the Earth's resonance, oh my gosh, the Schumann resonance, and see that it's actually raising right now. It's slowly raising in frequency. So this stuff is going to be easier, but this stuff will help you as well. Drinking lots of water, staying alkaline, eating as many plants as you can enjoy, and avoiding those things that cause interruption. Now, ask some questions below. Let us know if you have any tips, tricks, or hacks that you use for this kind of thing. And we're going to talk about some more of these amazing skills later on. I totally just got off on a tangent. We were just talking RH negative. So the reason that RH negatives might awaken first or feel some of these things naturally is just because they have a higher copper content, even though everybody has an iron and copper both in their blood, and it is necessary to have both. Since we have a little more copper, we're simply better conductors, so we might feel some of this stuff naturally or quicker or wake up first, but everybody is going to be on the same ride. Collective consciousness and the planet is raising its frequency as well. So maybe we'll talk about the ascension next time, or how this dimension works. Let me know if you like this content, and comment with your experiences or what else you would like to hear about next. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.